All right, so right now we're in the van, and this is gonna be tuned in for our weekend van life video. So far this week, we've had a check engine light come on. Then we were told that we could drive it by Mercedes and that would be fine. But then what happened, as we're driving back to Seattle area, because we were just gonna, that was the earliest place that we could find an appointment. It literally was gonna take until June to get into an appointment in Denver. So we're driving back through Wyoming and everything seems fine until we get an alert that pops up on the van screen that says we can only start the van 10 more times, and it has a little diesel exhaust fluid graphic there. So Emily calls up a few more Mercedes dealerships and finds that we can get into Boise and they'll just set our van aside and get to it in a couple of days probably, and we can get an Airbnb while they fix it, which is totally cool. And then at a gas station that we stopped to, using up one of our 10 starts to stop and get gas, we run into this guy that has a code reader, and we read the codes to figure out what is going on with our van, and it turns out it's even more diesel exhaust fluid issues. So there's something to do with like the diesel exhaust heater and sensor and maybe something else. So it's diesel exhaust fluid, but we have a full tank of diesel exhaust fluid. So the interesting thing is that it's gonna shut us down from driving the van, even though the van doesn't need diesel exhaust fluid to run, but it's just the law to have it in there. And then things get even more interesting, because when we get to Rock Springs to spend the night on our way to Boise, we flip on the water pump and we have a water cartridge failure in the shower because it got to -20, well, 2 nights ago. So anytime that we turn on the water pump, water squirts out of the faucet. Well, not the faucet, actually the handle in the shower. So you can't really see it. And our shower, it would be fine if it's just a regular shower, but shower right now is used for storage in the winter because there's always places to take showers outside of the van. So right now we can't turn on our water without water shooting out of the faucet in the shower, and the van only has 8 more starts left in it as we're heading to Boise. So it's been an interesting ride. Oh, not only that, but the cartridge that I need, which I have fixed before so I know how to do it, is only available online, which you can overnight it, but the website doesn't tell you how much it costs to overnight ship until after you've purchased the product. So I don't know if I'm gonna sign up for a $27 product that is $100 to overnight, or if it's gonna be $10 to overnight it to the Airbnb that we're gonna be staying at. So an interesting time here, not really upset. It's kind of like the winter van lifey, and this is what you get. I mean, when things are gonna get to -20, things are gonna break, and you expect that. And you also have to go into this thinking that your van is like your house, and everybody says that our houses are constantly needing fixing and whatnot. Same thing when you're living in a van or an RV applies. So I just am kind of like making an inventory of things that we might need to have on the road other than tools. Like, since we've had these cartridges break a couple of times, maybe I'll put a $27 extra cartridge with us, and maybe like a little valve, some more pipe replacement parts, so that we can fix these things on the road, and kind of just like coming up with these things, because they're not hard to fix. It's just that when you're on the road, it's really hard to get things. And the other unfortunate thing is that the Mercedes is, you're not able to just go in and get your vans fixed. So if there is a problem, you run into that. Fortunately, we paid for the extended insurance or warranty policy, which is actually an insurance policy. And last time we had a problem with the van, they were able to just use that at Mercedes and pay for everything right there, so we didn't have to pay anything out of pocket. So hopefully that continues to pay for itself. So far it hasn't actually paid for itself, but maybe it will this time around. So we'll see. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know. It's been an interesting day in van life, but it's all fun, all good. an amazing contrast going from the -20 we had the other night to being this warm. It's almost like, I don't know, it's crazy. But the van should definitely like it, and we'll keep you updated on the repair process as we're headed over to the Boise Mercedes to get this diesel exhaust fluid thing figured out, which is so silly. Again, diesel exhaust fluid, we don't even need it, but whatever. Headed into our Airbnb that will be our home for the next couple days while our van gets repaired, hopefully swiftly. All right, our van's done. We're running to the dealership to go get it, and then I'll give you an update on what happened once we have the van. All right, we've got an update here. We just picked up the van from Mercedes. They got it done in about 2 days, which is awesome. It was covered by our extended warranty, which I mentioned before, but I don't think that we've even come close to paying for that extended warranty, so I'm not sure that I would recommend getting one of those in the future. But the van apparently had just some issues, including a recall for the DEF system, and we had a pipe that was blown out that they were able to fix because they had the part in stock. If you guys get a chance to go to, or need to go to, a Mercedes dealership in Boise, the Boise Mercedes was awesome. Jackson, the guy I dealt with, was really great, just super smooth with the extended warranty, which I have not experienced with Seattle so much. So I think that is it. We're gonna head off from Boise here in a couple, maybe a day or so, and head back up to the Pacific Northwest. See you guys.